Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into a really fascinating historical mystery today. It started small in upstate New York, but it sent ripples across the whole young American Republic.
It really did. It's a classic case almost of how one event, one person vanishing, can tap into these much bigger anxieties in society and, actually reshape politics.
Exactly. So the sources we've looked at, they detail the disappearance of this man, William Morgan, back in 1826. Our mission here is to try and figure out, well, who was he? What do the sources suggest actually happened to him? And the big question, why did his disappearance blow up beyond just a local crime? Why did it spark one of the first big third-party movements in the U.S.?
Yeah, it wasn't just about Morgan the man. It became this flashpoint. Questions about power, about secrecy, about who was really, pulling the strings.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The sources identify William Morgan. He was a stonemason, lived in Batavia, New York. His plan, the thing that kicked this all off, was pretty bold for the 1820s. He was going to publish a book promising to expose the secrets of the Freemasons, their rituals, their oaths, how they operated.
And you have to remember, Freemasonry then wasn't just like a quiet club. It had prominent members, people in government, business leaders, very influential people. And those secret meetings, the oaths, some folks were deeply suspicious, while the Masons themselves guarded them fiercely. So revealing them, that was seen as the ultimate betrayal.
So, unsurprisingly maybe, things took a dark turn quickly. The sources describe how on September 11th, 1826, Morgan gets arrested in Batavia. And the charge, it sounds almost flimsy, a small debt.
Right. It felt suspicious even at the time. Like it was engineered. He gets moved around between jails and then finally released from one in Canandaigua on September 12th. But the moment he's out, bam, grabbed by a group of men, forced into a carriage, driven off.
And from that point, from that carriage ride, the sources basically say William Morgan was never definitively seen alive again. What did the sources suggest happened next? Where did they think he went?
Well, it's murky, obviously, but suspicion fell hard and fast on the Masons. The strongest rumor, the one that kind of stuck, fueled by later testimony, was that he was taken to the Niagara River, possibly near Fort Niagara, and drowned. Silence for good, a warning.
Wow. And despite all the searching, investigations, nobody ever turned up. That absence, that lack of physical proof seems key to why this mystery just lingered, right?
Absolutely. Nobody meant no murder conviction, technically, but the circumstantial evidence, it piled up fast. Eventually, some of the guys involved in the actual abduction, they confessed,
Yeah.
at least partially, and their stories strongly pointed to a conspiracy orchestrated by Masons who were desperate to stop that book.
So this local outrage in Western New York about this abduction, likely murder,
Yeah.
how did it spread?
Oh, it exploded, went way beyond Batavia or Canandaigua. All that public anger, that fear of this powerful secret group maybe operating above the law, it just coalesced, turned into this widespread anti-Masonic feeling. And it didn't just stay as protest, it became a political party.
The anti-Masonic party. Yeah, the sources show this wasn't some fringe thing. It became a real force.
It really did. They were successful. Ran candidates, won elections state level, even pushing into national politics in the late 1820s into the 30s. It tapped right into those fears we mentioned, secret societies, hidden oaths, maybe trumping public duty, unchecked power behind closed doors. People were genuinely scared.
Okay, so some of the men involved faced charges, right, for the kidnapping.
Yes, some did. There were convictions for abduction, for kidnapping.
But what about the people who might have, ordered it, the higher-ups?
That's the frustrating part, highlighted in the sources. The guys on the ground face some consequences, yes. But the consensus then, and looking back, is that the masterminds, those believed to have orchestrated the whole thing, they mostly got away with it, legally speaking. That lack of full accountability just adds another layer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So let's try to sum this up. We've traced William Morgan's story. His plan in Batavia, 1826, planning to reveal secrets. Then the strange arrest, the abduction from jail in Canandaigua, vanishing on a journey that likely ended near Fort Niagara, with drowning the strong suspicion.
And what's just fascinating when you look at it is how this very local, very specific mystery, no body, but strong evidence, confessions leading to kidnapping convictions.
Yeah.
How it didn't just fade. Instead, it ballooned into this major national political force, the anti-Masonic party.
Connecting it to the bigger picture, then, it really shows the power people believed secret societies had back then, the extreme lengths some were willing to go to guard secrets, and how one person just deciding to speak out could have such a massive impact. It shines a light on those deep fears about hidden power, unchecked influence, things that felt very real then, maybe still echo a bit today.
Absolutely. And it leaves us with this question, doesn't it? This enduring mystery of William Morgan. It's this mix of known facts and these big unanswered questions. What does that tell us about maybe our own ongoing fascination with secrets, with power we can't quite see, and with those sort of shadowy parts of history? What really stands out to you when you hear this story?